My trip to Iceland was in late May, so there were fewer tourists. Searching in advance for a cheap flight and flying from a sinking state, which saved me a lot of money. Final stop on my short bus from the airport to Reykjavik city center was the Catholic church, which I didn't expect. Late afternoon, sunshine covered the church, making it absolutely magnificent. This church is the largest church in Iceland and among the tallest structures in the country. But from my impression, why did it look so like the NASA space shuttle? The capital was not large, so I would always pass by the church. The next day here, I encountered some activists rebelling against the war. Hopefully it ends soon. And some fancy BMW police motorcycles in the front of the church. They were happy to take photos with tourists. Later on my arrival day, I walked along the promenade, even though it was around 11 p.m. Iceland at this month enjoyed a polar day, so there was no darkness at all. The streets were relatively quiet, with only a few people passing by, allowing me to bask in solitude and undisturbed by the hustle and bustle of daily working life. Interestingly, I saw many stacked stones, tapered to the top, and noticed many as such in Tibet. Same meaning as blessing? I don't know. The gentle lapping of the waves against the shoreline provided a soothing background as I strolled along the waterfall, enjoying the tranquility and solitary moments. The crisp sea breeze caressed my face, carrying the scent of the vast ocean. The soft glow of the midnight sun cast a warm hue over the city's landscape, creating a serene and almost dreamlike atmosphere. I like to immerse myself in the museum when I'm in a familiar city, and it was the same when I was in Iceland. Even though Icelandic history is not as thrilling as many other civilizations in human history, it is worth taking a look at. Iceland was settled by Vikings in the late 9th century, became a Norwegian province in the 12th century, then a Danish dependency until gaining independence as a republic in 1944 after centuries of struggle. That was 5 years before the founding of the People's Republic of China. After the museum tour, I hiked to the Perlan, not close. The so-called Perlan is a distinctive glass-domed building atop Howard Tanks. It houses an interactive natural history museum with exhibits like an ice cave, planetarium, and a replica of a massive bird cliff. Didn't enter, and but why? Well, simple. Saving money and for more natural explorations in the next few days. And on this small mountaintop, I could see the panoramic view of the Reykjavik. Rather beautiful. The next morning, I rented myself a car to Fagradalsfjall volcano, and the price was quite good in this low season. 400 euros for 9 days. Now trekking for some distance, and alone, I don't see a second person here. At the front is a vast lava field. The rocks here are full of pores, light-weighted, formed during eruption. Here I smell a very strong sulfur smell. I think there are some burning spots. So let's go there and check them out. Now you say the lava tongue reaches here and continues in the future. Because it's not a dormant volcano, as I get closer and touch the lava, it has been cooled as normal rock mass and not hot anymore. Since this one is an active volcano, there are some devices that I think listen carefully to seismic activity on the ground. They then send the data to a control center at the same time. Lava thickness here is almost 1 meter tall, and some smoking spots on the top of the lava are visible. Looking back from the top of the mountain, I realized how the North Atlantic Ocean and the sky were interwoven in harmony. It's getting windier on the top. All devices here are from Huawei. Even heard before that some countries are trying hard to demolish Huawei technologies, especially in some EU countries. There's total solitude here. The volcano is sleeping, with only a few sporadic smoking sites that attempt to warn people of its inner power, waiting for a moment of abrupt eruption. Now that it is 9 p.m. with no darkness at all, I can enjoy as much scenery as I can, running under the sunshine, facing the North Atlantic Ocean, the feeling of pure freedom and relaxation. Once again, I returned to the lava site, where the photo traces had been etched and frozen. I can feel the splendor of the molten lava pioneering its path in its valley, backdropped by clouds and tephra spewing across the valley. Now I have found a free camping site. It is largely maintained with donations. The grassland is so soft, though it is chilly, and the feeling is better than lying in a cozy bed at home. One barrier I need to get used to is the polar day. Now it's already 12:30 in the morning. Still like this.